This video was recorded in front of a live virtual audience. Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Today, I'm going to share with you my thoughts on Fragrantica. Now, since a couple of days ago or some time ago, I've posted the video on Byredo Gypsy water. Your responses have been overflowing and very well received. So a follow-up video is needed. And especially because, well, when it comes to Fragrantica, you would think, for those of you who don't know, Fragrantica is a website that talks about perfumes. They share with us the notes of the perfumes throughout history, some more or less correctly, most of them correctly listed. They state who the perfumer is behind certain perfumes, what year they were released, and then there's a whole plethora of reviews underneath every fragrance. You can also get to vote, like, is this fragrance more ambery, this or that. You can get to also talk about reformulations in the review section portion. And they also, I guess that's how they make most of their money. They also post links, like affiliate links of where you could buy the perfume. They also post links to like secondhand websites. They don't really double check though if the links that they post to secondhand websites, if those resellers are legit or not. So that's a bit sketchy, but there's that. And then there's the review portion underneath, where all the users of this platform get to share their thoughts on fragrances. Now, you would think that a website like that, that's based on perfumes, would base their whole energy around the emotion. Because what are perfumes? Perfumes are emotion. They trigger memories, thoughts, passions, a lot of things in us. And perfumes, yes, they can also trigger zesty interactions, because they are about emotions, and depending on your cultural background, where you come from, what you are, who you are, you know. In some countries, you throw plates at each other. In some other countries, you write poems to each other, angry poems. In some countries, you slam the door and you leave for 5 days, and then you come back again as if nothing happened. There's a lot of different ways of reacting. But when it comes to perfumes, emotions can run very deep. So, the video, the Byredo Gypsy Water Byredo video, you could check that out. By the way, link is in the description box down below, but also in the card section up here. Was an interesting topic, and actually, because that name of that perfume, the perfume just should not be named that way. If you want to know why it should not be named that way and what the criticism against it is, go and check out my other perfume. But the more important thing is, this topic was brought to my attention by a very dear friend of mine, Emilio. I will post a link to his YouTube channel as well as his Instagram profile in the description box underneath this video. So you're going to get to see his take on the story as well, because he will be, if he hasn't already by now, by the time you're watching this video, he will be posting his views in his video as well. But he brought to my attention the whole topic of the Gypsy water and terminology of Gypsy and the slur meaning of it and what it actually stands for. Of course, Emilio wanted to share because he's an avid consumer of perfumes and perfume forums and perfume communities. He's very active in the perfume community and is one of the best perfume reviewers out there, by the way. I always go and watch his perfume reviews. So he wanted to share his thoughts on this particular fragrance, Gypsy Water by Byredo, on Fragrantica. So in that review section underneath the description of the fragrance, where where every user of that website gets to express their emotions. Keyword here, you guys, it's going to come full circle in this video. Emotions are the keyword, where people get to express their emotions on perfumes in the review sections underneath the perfumes. He posted his thought on that particular perfume. That text was then magically deleted by Fragrantica themselves. Why? You know, I could go on and blabber about this for a long time, but before I go on, there's two things. Well, one thing I need to say. If you haven't already, but like my content, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, use this opportunity now to subscribe to my channel and push the join button right next to that and become a member of the Fashion Bunker today. You can also join me on Patreon, Super Dacob all spelled together, and you get extra perks and get to see videos that hit Patreon and members before it comes to YouTube. And some of them are even exclusive just to Patreon and members. Also, this video is being filmed live, so I would like to thank all my live co-chatters and studio audience here on the side. I will be getting to your chats very soon. And the second thing I wanted to say, before I keep on blabbering too much about who said, what said, she said, he said, let me talk directly to the person who made it all happen, you guys. We got Emilio in the house with us right now. Emilio, can you hear me?
Hey, hi, Dacob.
Hey, hi, Emilio. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Fashion Bunker. We got all our chatters. Emilio, do you see the chats as well?
No, I'm actually on my phone. I'm only listening to you.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to read the chats for you. So, Emilio, thank you so much for tuning in. It means the world to me. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you for using your platform to bring awareness about this topic.
Are you kidding me? Anytime. And thank you for educating me on this topic. It's so important. And
of course.
By the way, Emilio, so Jack says gorgeous because they're seeing your photo. They're all going to rush now to add you on Instagram. Robert says yes. Aisha says, oh my God, gorgeous. Aisha is in love. Brendan says yes. Brendan also says, oh, cute. Oh, Lori says, Anteus personified.
Ooh, I'm wearing Anteus today, actually.
Oh, and you look like the god Anteus, says Lori. And MK says, whoa, Emilio, the bombshell. Olfactive Story says, bonsoir, monsieur. Candy Fluff says, okay, two of my crushes talking. Rara says, so everybody up in here just has gorgeous hair. Honey, darling, sweetie, darling, Rara. It's because we're in lockdown. It's the lockdown hair. We just let it grow.
Definitely.
Robert says, nice to change from the whole picture. Lie to me. 101 says, you are so beautiful, Emilio. Antigone says, yes.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Look at all the love pouring out for you. So, Emilio, this is all your platform now. This is the post that Emilio posted. Okay, so this is from Emilio's own Instagram profile. By the way, you see it up there. It says Emilio, like eau de toilette or eau de parfum. So go join him, follow him on Instagram and also on YouTube. But this text, which I'm going to read to you guys, this is the review that he posted in the review section in Fragrantica. Underneath, you know, where all the reviewers post their stuff on Fragrantica, he posted his opinion on this particular perfume by Byredo, Gypsy Water. So it's a racial slur, he says, and anti-Tsiganism. So he says, now, since Fragrantica deleted this comment or this review, he reposted it to his own Instagram profile, as one would do, obviously, because if somebody's trying to silence you, you best believe you're going to find other outlets to express your thoughts and emotions. Now, Emilio says, we're living in 2021, and brands still think it's cute to use racial slurs as names for their perfumes and products. Funny thing is, the owner is a brown-skinned sister. What's next, girly? The N-word water, perhaps? He added Ben Gorman from Byredo in this post, and official Byredo he also added. He also tagged them. It says Ben Gorham and Manzanita Capital. Sorry, guys, it's too far away. The Capital... I'm blind. The company that owns Byredo need to change the name of this fragrance and donate all the profit they made to Romani organizations. No more tolerance for racism of any kind. Stop trying to profit off of marginalized groups of people. This is what Emilio posted on Fragrantica. And he had to wake up one day, right after he posted it actually, to a nasty thing, an email sent to him by none other than the founder of Fragrantica, explaining to him why they took his comment down. So, Emilio, the platform is all yours.
First of all, I would like to make it clear that I'm not just a white person trying to act woke or anything. I am from Romani descendant. I am Roma, and that's why I posted the picture in the first place. It really triggers me, to be honest with you. It's really degrading. The word gypsy has been used for centuries to degrade Roma people, to dehumanize them, to belittle them. By them, I mean myself and my family included. So yeah, that was the reason why I posted it.
The reasons that the founder of Fragrantica and subsequently people that work for him, the reasons that they mentioned to you for why they took down your post, however, were political. Or that they tried to make it sound. What did they actually tell you? Why did they take your post down?
The owner of Fragrantica, I don't know, shall we say his name? Maybe not.
Well, is it public domain? Let me see. I'm on the Fragrantica website now. Okay, here. So, guys, if you go to the Fragrantica website, you click on the About, and I'm going to tell you right now. Hold on a second. Let me just move my computer. Okay, so if you go in the About section, Fragrantica team, Zoran Knežević, co-founder and CTO together with Elena Knežević, also co-founder and editor-in-chief. So who wrote you? Zoran Knežević?
Exactly, Zoran Knežević. And he tried to make this entire thing into... He tried to turn it into a political thing. He said, your comment about Byredo could cause a lot of fights between members. It's political, and we do not allow political discussions on our website. That's what he said.
So basically, he just wants to maintain peace on his website. He wants all of his probably... I do not know with which brands they have contracts with, but they have probably their sponsors. They have companies paying money to be featured on their website as well. So he just doesn't want to get trouble. He wants to have a politically correct platform where people talk about perfumes, but people are not allowed to have any opinions on any racy topics when the perfume has a racy name to begin with. Is that correct then?
Definitely, yeah. He tried to silence me. A white person trying to silence a person of color when it comes to racism and discrimination. I was just trying to raise awareness about this topic, and he silenced me completely and removed my comment.
What did you do after he removed your comment? And actually, he didn't just remove your comment. He sent you a private email telling you, like...
Which is really bizarre, to be honest with you. There are so many comments on that website. A lot of nasty comments as well, and they never get removed. But for some reason, mine did.
So you think there might be something personal going on there then?
Well, probably, but maybe it's not good to just make assumptions.
Well, I mean, he does see your picture. He knows who you are. He knows how you look.
I don't know. I do not really have a picture of myself on there. It was more often... It's like a makeup look, but you can't really recognize me on the picture.
Okay, but what name did you use there? Did you use the same username that you have on Instagram and on YouTube?
Emilio, exactly, yes. With an X.
So he probably...
Instead of an I.
Okay, so he probably knows that you also have a YouTube channel, that you also talk about perfumes, that you have a perfume Instagram account. I mean... He knows you're not just random user posting an opinion once and then gone forever. He knows that you're a returning member of the Fragrantica community.
He mentioned that, yes, that I post a lot of pictures and reviews. And yeah, he did mention that in the email.
Okay, so, yeah. How did you react then to that after you read the email?
Well, it all comes back to... the fact that I come from the Balkan, and the people who own Fragrantica are also, I believe, from the Balkan as well, right? And I posted on my Instagram page that I posted the email he sent me, and then someone commented under my post like, how is this even a political issue, and then I responded with, well, a lot of people in the Balkan, especially white middle-aged men, are super racist, and there is a lot of anti-Tsiganism in that part of the world. They do really hate Gypsy people, you know, and I have experienced that firsthand, and that I believe, I mean, I shouldn't say that. This was just my reaction.
Yeah, you don't believe what exactly?
I've experienced a lot of racism and discrimination in the Balkans. I was born and raised there. I was bullied a lot. They tortured me in middle school, to be honest with you, just because of the skin of my color, because of my ethnic background, and yeah, I there is a correlation to that in my mind.
And this is the point that I also wanted to make, which is very clear to me when I spoke to you about this. You guys, at the beginning of this video, I very clearly enunciated one special word, and that was emotion. Now, when I read about Emilio's post, and I kind of jumped in on the conversation with one of the, on Emilio's own Instagram page profile, because some of Fragrantica, one of Fragrantica's workers kind of commented defending Fragrantica for their choices. And I jumped in because I was like, okay, this is not happening. Don't make this is not political. And I said emotions, nothing more than perfumes are there to talk about emotions about. So if a perfume name like that triggers somebody so much, they say, you best believe it ain't political, it's emotional. So Fragrantica, you got two options. Either you go with the times and you break out of this obsolete concept of having a politically correct platform. Perfumes are not perfumes. It's about emotions, you guys. So either I wrote to this guy. I said, listen, you have a wonderful opportunity here to be avant-garde, to pave the way for the future. I said this to Fragrantica. I said, you have an opportunity to allow a conversation like this to happen. This is not political. This is emotional. This is somebody's trauma, somebody's scars, somebody's truth, somebody's life story here that you're silencing. And you have an opportunity to let this person talk, and you have an opportunity to allow a constructive conversation to happen, and instead you shut a person down without even giving them the benefit of the doubt. Not even. And this is when this got me. I'm like, oh no, Fragrantica, yeah, you ain't getting away with this. We're gonna talk about it. Okay, Fragrantica, you want to silence Emilio because why? Because he said it like it is. Because he calls a perfume like Gypsy Water a total racial discrimination and should not be happening, and you're silencing him for that. You're not giving him a voice on his platform. There are other platforms for Fragrantica. There are other ways we can talk, and there are other platforms where we will not be silenced, and this is one of them. Emilio, tell me, darling.
Just to make it more clear, the owners, as I said, of Fragrantica are from the Balkan, and they know the word gypsy or Tsigan, they say. They use it all the time to offend people. It's extremely offensive. They use it all the time. It's really horrible. They treat people horribly. And I said it in the comments on my Instagram page, and then the social media manager of Fragrantica responded to me, and he told me, oh, you call people from the Balkan racist? No, you are a racist for calling people from the Balkan racist. Like, what? I didn't understand it. Like, it makes zero sense for a person of color to be racist towards white people, for calling them out for being racist. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
And let me just make it even more clear to Fragrantica, whoever is going to be watching this from your social media team. Fragrantica, don't try to distort Emilio's words. Do not try to distort my words, because the entire conversation in written form that your social media manager sent to Emilio, we have screenshots of everything. We can prove everything you said. Even though that conversation has been deleted, people have been blocked, the conversation is still available. So those receipts are here. And if a follow-up video is necessary to just clear up anything, we're ready for that. So Fragrantica, be very careful what words you choose next and how you choose to react to this video.
So
Just
pretty
saying.
much they tried to turn this entire thing against me and call me racist for calling them out, which is absolutely insane.
Which is actually typical white behavior, white skin behavior.
Yeah,
the second you call a white person...
gaslighting.
Yeah, gaslighting, completely. Listen, Agog Tokyo, by the way, hello Agog Tokyo, welcome to the chat, says, I wrote in reviews about the racism in the Byredo and it was simply erased. I raised that topic on the forum, but that threat was erased very quickly too, and I received no emails. Well, I guess Emilio got a special treatment.
Which is really bizarre to me. Like, I'm not even a big influencer or anything. I literally have like 200 followers on Instagram. Like, what was his motivation for this? I don't know. It's really weird to me.
I don't know why. Agog also says, I think they are skipping the big part of Emilio's first post on Fragrantica's own version of Instagram, Fragram, with the same image and text. This and reviews are simply erased. No emails.
Yeah.
Then Debbie is cheering for you. Debbie says, go subscribe to his channel. Yeah, I'm scrolling through the comments, trying to figure out. What an amazing surprise, says Aisha. Surprise. I'm so excited to hear Emilio talking. Yeah, okay, let's scroll down to I wanted more actual comments. How brave to have posted that, says Aisha to Emilio. Lie to Me says, what? They deleted it? Can't believe.
They deleted my post and then I asked them to completely remove my account from there because I do not want to be associated with racist enablers.
Yeah. So you guys, Emilio also wrote them back and said, just delete me from Fragrantica. I don't want to have anything to do with you guys because you are racist enablers. And Candy Fluff says, the emotion in Emilio's voice, heartbreaking. Aw. He's strong, you guys. He's stronger than you think. Amina says, I'm so sorry for you and your family. Bravo for speaking up. Mikey says, Rich Rising. I guess Rich Mitch is in the house too. Robert says, I want to see his face once again. There you go. Emilio's face is again on the video. Rara says, people still really don't understand what simple human rights and civility is. It blows me. Away, I guess. You missed the away. Brandon says, he needs to remove the fragrance off the website. It's sick and disgusting. That says Brandon. Candy Fluff says, not cool. Lucas says, there's forum though on top of individual perfumes pages. I wonder if the topic would be allowed on their forum. What do you say, Emilio? I don't think it would be.
I don't think so, no. Well, if they don't want any political discussion or not, then don't have any discussion. Remove the comment section completely if you do not want any discussion at all.
Exactly. And we reiterate, this is Emilio's own personal experience, you guys. This is trauma he felt on his own skin, in his own heart. This is not political. This is emotional. And also, Rara says, right, don't be political. This is about basic rights. I am so tired of that line of thought. Brandon says, we need to all send Fragrantica an email. How dare they? Yes. The more you guys write to them and the more you bombard them with this information and the more it'll be clear to them, they can't get away with this. Robert says, I feel you, Sugar Cube. I had experienced bad treatment too.
Yeah.
The Fragrantica response, I think I read that from Antigone. Let me just find it again. Sorry, you guys, scrolled away. The Fragrantica response makes me angry. Unbelievable. We have not progressed at all as a society. The worst thing is many people act like the society has progressed, but in the end, it hasn't. Lucas says, I guess the website owners also know that if people start to argue about stuff on their forum, they would have more work to do to control the discussions. Yeah, Lucas, but honestly, to be honest with you, Fragrantica, if they had more discussion, they would garner more attention, which actually in today's day and age and social media society is the best thing you can get. Because mind you, you guys, let's be very clear about this. Emilio was not going for Fragrantica. He just used Fragrantica's forum space to raise awareness
Exactly.
on a perfume that is not made by Fragrantica, by a totally different brand. He just wanted to raise awareness that this perfume is being racist. And to raise awareness means also to start a conversation. He did not post anything negative against Fragrantica. Fragrantica made the mistake to silence him. Huge mistake. Huge mistake. Are you kidding me? And then, of course, he retaliated, which he should have done. Good for you, Emilio. And here we are now. Okay? And what are we going to do about it, Fragrantica? Because, you know, again, you brought this upon yourself, Fragrantica. This was not about you. You made it about you by deleting other people's voices. And it's a different...
And then they try to turn it all against me, which is ridiculous.
Which is typical what white people do. It's never their fault. Agok Tokyo says to Lucas, exactly, they simply care about money, no morality, nothing else but money. Brandon says, it's their job to do the work. Lie to Me 101 says, it's the censorship for me. Fragrantica, what the hell? Lucas says, but in the end, perfumes are still culture, and culture is not separated from society. This topic is the perfect example. Brandon also says, save every email. Lucas G says, they maybe could have tried to leave Emilio's comment up and see what happens. Of course, Lucas, that's what they should have done.
It was getting likes, actually, when I posted it, and then they deleted it immediately, and people were responding to it. You can check their page.
He needs to sue or file a lawsuit, says Brendan. Silencing the victim.
We're not going to go that far.
No, we're not going to go that far. Rado says, hit dogs, they could have left it up. Yeah, they could have left it up. And it had nothing against Fragrantica. It actually would have garnered even more traction, more interaction. Their website would have had more interaction going on as well. Not huge, a lot more, but it raises awareness, you guys. And communication and conversation is the most important thing nowadays. Lie to me, I go, interesting. Are they somehow profiting from it if people buy? Oh, thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much. Are they profiting if people buy something? It doesn't make sense to me. Why would they care if the reviews are positive or negative if they have nothing to gain? Well, this is what Emilio was saying, you guys. It can be either or. It can be either like they're really not intelligent enough to arrive to the conclusion that the website should have fluctuation going, or they really have maybe they have something to earn from sales. But usually that doesn't work that way. You need a link to something. And if somebody clicks a link and through the link, affiliate stuff like that. Otherwise, how is Byredo going to know that somebody bought a perfume because they read a review about it on a Fragrantica website? Who knows? We do not know that. That's their personal private stuff as a business, as a company. But if you don't have personal money gain to win from the sales of the Byredo perfume, then you also have nothing to lose if somebody actually posts a comment like that on their website. Now, with all the best intentions in mind, you made a mistake, Fragrantica. You might think, you want to keep it peaceful and calm, but as Emilio told you, and he has the receipts, you don't cancel other threads and other reviews that are also very critical to certain perfumes, that also have political criticisms to certain perfumes. Why are you deleting his? Big mistake, says Brandon Fernandez. Lie to Me 101 says, this is why this is weird. Emilio wasn't talking bad about Fragrantica, but criticizing Byredo. So why does Fragrantica care and react this way? Rich Mitch says, go to the sponsors. Robert says, those white people. LOL. Candy Fluff says, maybe perfumes pay to be included on their database. Luca says, Lie to Me 101 says to Agog Tokyo, okay, thanks for the info, monetary gain. Lucas says, I was more speaking of a down-to-earth moderation problem earlier. The no politics rule is generally a way to avoid having work to do when users argue with each other. When Emilio shuts down the internet, says Brendan. Tashara says, maybe we should write or petition Byredo to rename the particular scent. Yes.
People are commenting on their post about they posted a picture again of Byredo Gypsy water, and people are constantly commenting and they're ignoring everything they say. The negative comments. People are telling them this is a racial slur, it's racist. No one cares. Byredo doesn't care.
So this is on the Byredo Instagram profile?
Exactly, yes.
And they don't cancel the comments either?
No.
Rara says, this was the downfall of Perfume of Life, old perfume board. People got tired of mod changes and then erasing everything. Members stopped participating. Newsflash, member make up the forum. Velvet Vanilla said, would Romani water be better? What do you think, Emilio?
Why? Why is there a need for a name like that?
That's a good point.
Why would you even romanticize the word gypsy? They were forced to live that way. They were tortured by white people. They were pushed away from society. Why would you romanticize that?
No, there's no excuse. Absolutely none. Absolutely none.
They didn't choose that lifestyle. They were forced to live that.
Yeah. There's absolutely no excuse. I mean, no matter how you want to frame it, like again, the only way maybe is if really a Roma person made it and to help the cultural advancement and raising awareness within culture of Roma people and qualities of it and of their culture, and then, but again, we got this white dude who's selling it for a profit. And as I said in my other Byredo Gypsy Water review, I didn't see on the Byredo website any part of the website pointing to, hey, proceeds from this perfume sale are going to a cultural foundation, Roma Cultural Foundation, nothing. So basically the 190 euro that you spend for that bottle of perfume, all the money goes to Byredo. And they're profiting off of a name and an entire culture by using a slur name on top of that. So it's twisted no matter how you want to put it. There's no justification, you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, Brandon says history will not be whitewashed anymore. Laurie says it is worse than womanity. Well, of course it is. Of course, you can't compare. Debbie says boycott Byredo and Fragrantica. Mikey says people on Byredo. MK says I'm pretty sure. Oh, sorry. MK says, with all due huge respect, I've been listening carefully, but I don't really get the point. Shall I also feel offended when I hear arty pop idioms such as chinoiserie or japonaiserie?
Yes, you should. Yeah.
There you go, MK. Emilio answered. MK says also, yeah. I am pretty sure Ben Gorham named his perfume Gypsy Water because of his appreciation of gypsy culture, which is indeed very rich.
No, absolutely not. Gypsy, there is nothing appreciative about the word gypsy. It's a slur. It's similar to the N-word. What would happen if he names a perfume N-word water? What would the reaction of everyone would be like? How would they react to it? Just think about it.
MK says racism is not only of white versus others, the other way round, others versus others, others versus whites can be worse.
Racism against white people doesn't exist. It's not a real thing. Reverse racism is not a real thing.
Candy Fluff says instead of Fragrantica, Fascistica. Oh my God. Mikey says the comments on Byredo's Instagram post are just hyping it and saying the best, my favorite, etc. No depth. Such a pity. Mr. Philip Fabulous.
Scroll down, you'll see the negative comments.
Mikey, Emilio said to scroll down, you'll see the negative comments. Mr. Philip Fabulous says, Fascistica much? Jack Dean says, we can report Byredo's picture of Gypsy Water on Instagram and have it removed. They might notice. Tashara says 190 euro? Oh, those pseudo niche. Antigone says, exactly, Emilio. Rara says, without members, Fragrantica will have no one to market their 5,000 ugly ads to. It will just be a low-traffic blog. Brandon says, I love Emilio. Yeah. Well, those were the comments, Emilio. I don't know. Is there anything you want to add to because more comments are going to be pouring in now. But what do we take from all of this?
I don't know. I think we said what we wanted to say. Or at least I said what I wanted to say.
Robert says, such a smart and beautiful person. Still waiting for your call. I guess you got a call, Robert. MK says, you were wrong, Emilio. I am from a minority and I have heard some terrible and unjustified things about the whites. Everyone is racist. We all have a black sheep.
No, absolutely not. No. That's very tone deaf in correlation to the conversation we're having right now. No.
Candy Fluff says, I think they named it as such to be edgy in the hopes of getting the name out there. A sad attempt at guerrilla marketing.
Gypsy and Tsigan is a racial slur, okay? It's discrimination. It's used to belittle people. It's a derogatory word. Why would you use it? Why? It's been used to hurt me my entire life, really. Especially in middle school by white Balkan European kids.
Yeah, it's terrible. I mean, they should just take it down. I mean, it's as simple as that, you guys. I don't know why it cost them so much to just take that shit down. I had similar experience with a German perfume site. They removed comments like that very quickly, says Antigone. Jack says, there's a difference between racism and xenophobia. Velvet Vanilla says, Dior also has a perfume with the name Gypsy in it, Gypsy Rose. Lucas G says, racism is above all a way to exercise domination. You can use racist language, but have no power on the other. Velvet Vanilla says, but I love Dior. Candy Fluff says, I have experienced racism as a white girl, but it is not on the same level as the experiences of visible minorities. It's not on the same level at all. Mr. Philip Fabulous says, I think we should all go and raise awareness by commenting under the page of Fragrantica. Mr. Philip Fabulous says, they cannot delete all of our comments. Yes, they can. Brandon says, just look at history. Candy Fluff says, I think they used the name as such to get people talking. It was irresponsible and gross. Aisha says, Emilio, I understand how you must feel about this. It is a racist slur, and it needs to be removed, and an apology needs to be made. Laurie says, I have spent 25 years of my career working with marginalized people. I remember the concept ads that Dior had with Addict, Heroin Chic. Byredo is tone deaf, and money talks with these houses. Rara says, I believe everyone can be racist, but practically I don't think it can be worse. From a numbers standpoint. However, I'm a Black American and have never lived in a country where I was in a majority. Lucas says, everyone can use racist language, but someone who tells me something nasty on the street on the basis that I'm white may not have any power on me. Rara says, to whites, I mean, the numbers and effect isn't the same. Emilio, back to you.
Yeah. I think we said what we wanted to say.
Do you have any comment on the last comments I read, or you're good?
I'm good, yeah.
Alrighty. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much, Emilio, for joining and for letting me call you.
Thank you, Dacob. Thank you for using our platform.
Oh, anytime.
For good.
Yes, platform for good. That's what we're here for. We never give up on love, you guys. So, I would like to take this opportunity. You can see here on the side, scrolling. Special thanks to all my supporters. Thank you guys so much. To all my patrons, to all my members, to all the super chatters, to everybody who's helping the Fashion Bunker grow. Thank you so much. And actually, you know, and I say this in every video, never give up on love, but you guys, It's really tough work. It's hard. It's not easy to love. It's not easy to love unconditionally. It's not easy to... It's also very hard to forgive. It's also very hard to say, I'm sorry, to acknowledge your mistakes. It's very hard to grow. They don't call them growing pains for nothing. It's not just because the bones are growing and it hurts. The heart hurts, the soul hurts. Pain is real, and love is complicated. But we should really all strive and work hard to never give up on love. And this is just yet another example, you guys. The story that Emilio shared with us here is just one example of millions that happen every day, you know. So yeah, you could think, oh well, what's just another brand with another name with another perfume that's not politically correct? Who cares? No, you should care, because it has to. Racism needs to be eradicated. It needs at the roots. Every little tiny minuscule element is important. Everything, everywhere you see it, delete it. That's the only way to change, because if you start saying, oh well, that's no big deal, well that's not a big deal either, all of a sudden you got 20 things that are not a big deal. Well, together, guess what, they are a big deal. So it's really, really important to be sensitive about these things. In particular, if you got this weird beigey white skin, because you are privileged. We are privileged as white people. So in particular, important for us to learn, to rewire our way of thinking, to understand the struggles and the tribulations that minorities go through because of racism. And it's really, really important to listen, to learn how to listen and to understand with an open heart. If you haven't already but wish to subscribe to my channel, you can push the join button, become a member. Join me also on Patreon, Super Dacob, all spelled together. Thank you so much to my patrons and members, and to my wonderful co-chatters in the chat, and also to Emilio for joining me today. You guys, until next time, never forget to never give up on love. Love you all. See you soon. Take care. Bye.